All right, guys, we are back at Americade. We're going to hop on the CLX Sport here from CF Moto. We got Chris, Jackie, Evan. We're all hanging out up here. Big shout out to CF Moto for putting this together for me this morning. A little VIP ride to get some video in before the crowds hit. So, if you guys have not heard of CF Moto, you're not alone. I didn't hear about them until this trip to Americade, and all of a sudden, I'm discovering they're like the hottest new brand making their way into America. And the way they're getting into America is through our pocketbooks, man. They are undercutting the competition and doing a bang-up job with it. So I've already ridden the Ibex 800 this morning and the 450, their sport bike. So now we're on the CLX. The CLX comes in two options. We're riding the CLX Sport, but there is also a CLX Heritage. A little bit of a darker, blacked out look with a nice brown leather type seat color. It just looks a little more classy if that's your go-to look. But as far as the frame and the engine, they are the same bike. So we'll just highlight some of the differences between the two, but essentially the same motorcycle, just a slightly different build out. We're in fifth gear here, rocking up through 80 in the twisties. This thing is fantastic on power. So let's talk about power first. Usually I do comfort, but we'll go for power first. We're rocking a 700cc engine in here. All of their motorcycles, at least all the ones I have test ridden today, have a slipper clutch. So great for a beginner, just in case you accidentally don't time the shift just right. And some of them even have quick shifters, so you don't even have to worry about that clutch. The quick shifter on the Ibex 800 in particular was amazing. All right, so pulling up through the twisties here. Sounds really, really good. Plenty of good power here. I like the note on the exhaust. It sounds very nice. Liquid cooled, of course. We've got sport style clip-on handlebars here with bar end mirrors. Very sporty look. Let's see. Quick shifter on this one, I believe we do. Yes, we do. Very, very nice quick shift. We are a 6-speed. Excellent. Excellent on power. Very smooth quick shifter. I've tried quick shifters on other bikes. Whatever CF Moto did here, they did it even better. They're super smooth. Incredibly smooth. That's fun. I'm gonna have to remember to use the clutch when I go back to my bike. All right, let's talk about comfort. A bit of a sporty style. So we've got the forward lean to your body. Compared to the 450, the CF Moto 450, I don't think I'm leaned quite as far forward. And I feel like for some reason there's more pressure on my wrists on here than there was on the 450. Could just be the way I'm sitting. The seat is hard as a rock on this one, so I would do what I do on all my bikes. I would swap that out for a new seat and get rid of the stock seat. The stock seat on this is probably the least comfortable of all the ones I've tried so far on the CF Motos. The Ibex was amazing out of the box. The 450 was okay. This one's pretty hard. I would go probably a 1 or a 2 out of 10 on that. Riding position, however, very comfortable. Feet are mid-pegs. Don't feel like my knees are tight and like cramped up at all. So I feel pretty good on that. Lean forward, a little bit of pressure on my wrists. I will give the riding position about a 7 out of 10. Overall, we'll give this about 6 out of 10 on comfort stock. We could bump that up quickly just by swapping out the stock seat. Auto canceling turn signals, very nice. Give you guys a quick walk around the bike here. All right, walk us through it.
All right, sure thing. All right, so Heritage gives you the 700cc engine. You do get cruise control standard with the Heritage. Very comfortable ergonomics, real nice seat. 2 up, very comfortable. You get the Pirelli MT60 tires on it.
Very nice.
Don't have to shy away from a gravel road. LED headlight. Very large radiator, very good cooling, very good engine system.
Good looking headlight. I like the X in there. It looks nice. The design was well done.
Neat. Yeah.
Very well done. ABS.
ABS.
Are we running Brembo brakes on here like on the 450?
With the CLX, you get the 2 models, so you do get the option to go with the Brembo brakes in the Sport.
Okay. Sport has Brembo. Heritage does not.
But you still get your fully adjustable front suspension. Adjustable monoshock.
Very nice.
Okay. Very good sound. Very good revving motor. Nice and smooth through the RPMs. Good power band. 74 horsepower. 74
horse. And you said this is a 700, correct?
700.
700 cc. All right. And last but not least, take us through the CLX Sport.
CLX Sport, you get a little more modern design than the Heritage. Some flashier lines, some carbon fiber, Brembo brakes, clip-on bars, more aggressive riding stance, bar end mirrors.
Same motor, same 700?
It is.
So there's your look, guys. Between the two, if you're considering the CLX, you have the Heritage versus the Sport. Major difference would be the Brembo brakes on the Sport, and of course the styling. Overall, same frame, correct?
That's right.
Same frame, just a slightly different build out.
That bike MSRP is at 67, this is at 6,900 with a 2-year warranty.
6,700, 6,900. Any difference between the two because it's the same engine? Any difference between speed because it's a Sport version? Is there any different tuning?
I think
there's no difference in the horsepower specs or the torque specs.
Okay.
And once you ride this, it has a very unique, fun power curve to it.
Okay.
It's I would relate it coming from dirt bikes and 2-strokes. It's almost like a 2-stroke. You get in the high revs and it just wakes up.
All right.
It's a very fun bike.
Sounds great. All right, now we're going to talk about handling. Going to rip back up through the twisties here and discuss the handling of this bike. It's a Sport version of their CLX, so in theory, it's supposed to feel sportier. It's supposed to feel a little more aggressive in the turns. Let's see how it does. Oh, I love that quick shifter. So nice. All right. It feels very lightweight in the turns. If anything, it almost feels just a little bit lighter to me to press and you know, kind of be flickable. Like if a squirrel or a pothole or, you know, a dog or a cat ran out in front of you. Well, cats you run over, but dogs. If a dog ran out in front of you, you know, you need to dive around it real quick. That flickability feels very good. It feels lighter, actually. Oh, case in point, squirrel. Oh, dear. I don't think I got him. Man, that squirrel had a freaking death wish. All right, so case in point right there. Flickable, I was able to dodge around that little bushy bastard, and he saved his nuts for another day. Very flickable, good handling. It feels good leaning it over in the turns. It feels lightweight, not the lightest weight bike that I've ridden for turns and maneuverability in this class, but it still feels very lightweight. I'd be very happy cornering with this and tearing up like Tail of the Dragon. It feels very good. We've got a nice tight turn coming up here. Should be a pretty aggressive lean. We'll get a better feel for you guys. The road is also just a little damp this morning. Don't want to push anything until the sun gets out and dries everything off perfectly. So we're not getting too aggressive here. Want to play it safe. Not dragging knee like a street Rozzy out here. Let's talk about style as we're coming up on this curve up here. Style on this bike, it's going to be subjective to everybody, but you have two different styles. So if you don't like the Sport CLX look, you can get the Heritage CLX look. Same engine, same bike, slightly different build out. I believe the handlebars are a little different there, and the seat's a little different. But that gives you guys an option when it comes to visuals on the bike, and give you guys the best option to fit a bike to yourself for what you want to look like on the road. Handling through those turns, excellent, absolutely phenomenal. We got one more tight turn up here. It's an uphill curve, and I can usually get some good power going through it and a good lean angle. Let's hit this turn hard, see what we can get for a lean angle on this bike. Very, very nice. Handling, I'm going to give about a 8 out of 10. Now, let's do an 8.5. 8.5 out of 10. It's pretty darn good. Could be just a hair lighter in like the turning feel, because I felt lighter in its class, but it's almost there. It's almost perfect. I like it a lot. Power's great. Comfort needs to be improved with the seat. Now the CLX Heritage is another matter when it comes to comfort. I know I gave this a little bit of a lower rating on comfort. The CLX Heritage, if you want the more comfortable seat, that would be the one you would go for. Okay, so slightly better option there for you guys if the hard sporty seat is not your thing. And that's the nice thing about this company. They got a lot of options, similar frames, slightly different build outs, so you can kind of customize what you want for your bike. Big shout out to CF Moto, Chris, Evan, Jackie. Thank you guys so much for coming out with me this morning. I really appreciate it. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do videos on these bikes for you guys. And to all of you for sticking around to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. It's the big red button. Click the bell icon next to it, and I'll give you guys notifications when there are new videos to watch right here on MotoBlade. Until next time, y'all know what to do. Be careful out there. Ride safe. Ride on. I'll catch you all in the next video. Deuces.